Well, law enforcement officers tell us they plan to pack out the Harris County Commissioners Court meeting tomorrow as leaders try once again to agree on a new budget, one that some claim defunds law enforcement. But can leaders actually reach a deal before this week's deadline? And will all of the commissioners even show up to vote? Fox 26's Gabby Hart spoke with one constable about how his department could be impacted by all of this. Gabby.
Jonathan, Precinct 4 Constable Mark Herman says when last year's fiscal budget was set, it slashed major money from his department by not allowing leftover funds to roll over into the next fiscal year. He filed a complaint then, and as you mentioned, Jonathan, he says he has every intention of filing another one if it happens again.
It affects us in a big way. It affects our officers. It affects public safety.
Precinct 4 Constable Mark Herman says there's currently around $988,000 left from his allocated budget from the last fiscal year, funds which he planned to use in the future for new equipment and to fill positions within his department.
I can't control if we have a police chase and we total out a patrol car. I can't control when laptop computers go down. Right now, I have deputies that their bulletproof vests are getting ready to expire. And once they expire, they're not as effective.
Last year, Harris County commissioners and Judge Lena Hidalgo decided that any leftover money should be returned to the general fund. And Constable Herman says he's been made aware that the same thing could happen this Tuesday, which is the deadline to set a new budget for the 2023 fiscal year.
They have chose to have a bureaucrat who knows little or nothing about law enforcement to decide my finances and how I spend my money.
Constable Herman argues that taking leftover funds from law enforcement budgets is against a newly passed Texas law, Senate Bill 23, which states no law enforcement funding can be taken and reallocated.
In our opinion, that's exactly what's happening.
When leftover funds were taken last year, Herman filed a complaint with the state. In that case, the Texas comptroller ruled in his favor and called for Harris County commissioners to return those funds or hold an election to obtain voter approval. Harris County commissioners also responded to that ruling. Commissioner Rodney Ellis saying in a statement, quote, "Every Harris County law enforcement agency has received a budget increase since 2018, even as we've been forced to make hard cuts elsewhere."
Because they're going to tell you my budget has increased. Just because your budget increases doesn't mean you weren't defunded.
And as the deadline approaches, Harris County commissioners and Judge Hidalgo have been at a standstill on setting a new budget because 2 Republican commissioners have refused to show up to meetings.
The only situation in which there will be cuts to law enforcement to the tune of $100 million is the situation they are forcing by not showing up.
Yeah, now Herman says if his office's leftover funds are taken again, we can expect to see that complaint filed with the state shortly after. Now that budget meeting is set to be held tomorrow at 2 p.m. and of course we'll be following this very closely. Jonathan, back to you.